Hello everyone and welcome to the newest episode of my top cards. Today I'm thrilled to share my 4 favorite black cards from the Lord of the Rings set, and I will also mention that one dishonorable mention that disappoints in comparison to the previous black cards. So let's jump right in. The first card on my list is one of my absolute favorites. It's Gollum's Bite. This 1 mana instant is powerful as it gives target creature -2/-2 until the end of the turn. While the second ability to exile it from the graveyard might not be as eye-catching, the first ability is incredibly useful, being able to remove nasty creatures like Agent of Ravine, Delighted Halfling, also Clone Crafter, and of course Orcish Bowmaster. And especially Agent of Ravine is being played by almost 90% in Platinum or higher ranks. How many times I see the black-blue deck with that card. But as I said, Gollum's Bite can be so useful to kill those creatures at the beginning, and it's so perfect because it's also an instant card. Next up we have the widely known Orcish Bowmaster. This 2 mana creature with flash is both a great asset when we play it and very annoying when we face it. Whenever an opponent draws a card, except for the first one they draw each turn, Orcish Bowmaster deals 1 damage to any target. Additionally, it MSs Orcs 1. I mean, the combination of low cost, flash and powerful abilities make this card a potential game changer. It can have such a huge impact on the game, since we can play it in response because of flash and destroy creatures, for example, or when our opponent decides to draw 3 cards, we can also react on that. Personally, I enjoy using it in my mono black MS deck alongside with March from the Black Gate to grow the MS token even further. However, its strength might make it a candidate for a potential ban in the future. In my opinion, they could also just cross out the MS. The third card on my list is a personal favorite, the Nazgul. The idea of playing 9 of them in a deck and not to the films and books is something I truly appreciate. Each Nazgul has a unique artwork adding to the charm, and costing 3 mana and having Death Touch, the Nazgul's ability triggers when it enters the battlefield or whenever the ring tempts us. With the leather trigger, each Wraith we control receives a +1/+1 counter, and this card shines in a mono black deck where we have other instant or sorcery cards with Tempt. Moreover, Call of the Ring is a must-have to synergize with the Nazguls in a block constructed deck, and the card allows us to benefit from the temptation and deal significant damage to our opponent while drawing and discarding cards. Furthermore, it grants the Nazgul the ability to bypass creatures with higher power during attacks. It's a fantastic card that truly captures the essence of the Nazguls. Last but not least, we have the impressive Witch King of Angmar. Costing 2 black mana and 3 colorless, this flying Wraith is also eligible to receive +1/+1 counters from the Nazgul's Temptation, which I really like. When 1 or more creatures deal combat damage to us, each opponent must sacrifice a creature that dealt combat damage that turn. The Witch King also boasts a Ring Temptation ability that allows us to discard a card to make it indestructible until the end of the turn, effectively saving it from removal or combat damage. Despite its toughness of 3, the indestructible ability makes it a very good force on the battlefield. We can block, or if opponent targets us with, for example, Go for the Throat, we can just discard a useless land and this creature will survive. Now let's discuss the Dishonorable Mention, Claim the Precious. Unfortunately, this card is a downgrade for black as it costs 3 mana, 2 black and 1 colorless, and it's a sorcery. In comparison to previous black instant spells like Go for the Throat or Cut Down, this card doesn't quite measure up. Typically, removal cards are most effective when used in our opponent's turn to respond to their creatures, but in block constructed, this card's limitations make it challenging to compete with, because for 3 mana we can just destroy, but Go for the Throat, it's only 2 mana and an instant. Cut Down also just 1 mana and instant spell. So that's it for my list. I would love to hear about your top cards from the Lord of the Rings set in the comments below. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.